The Detroit River Days Festival returns along Detroit's beautiful riverfront from June 18th through 21st, and there's lots of fun activities for the entire family, including music stages and tall ships. Be sure to come on down here from June 18th through 21st. So how is this year's River Days different from in the past?
This year's River Days, we're going to incorporate 3 recurring themes. One is the maritime history of Detroit. The other is ecological, environmental, and the culture of Detroit. The maritime theme will be displayed in all the maritime activities we'll have with the tall ships, which represent the historical side of Detroit. We'll have water activities with the Coast Guard, which have been on the waterfront actually since 1874 and represent the international waterway we are. And then we're going to have demonstrations with jet ski demonstrations, which show the sport and the entertainment that the river provides. And then the environmental and ecological side will be displayed by the Kids Zone, which is called It's Not Easy Being Green. And we're going to have a lot of elements that are performance art, as well as interactive art that will incorporate essentially green type of art, sandcastles, chalk art, things of that nature. And again, kids and adults alike can participate in this type of art form. And we'll have a lot of arts and crafts will also be here. And we have a lot of storytelling, magicians. Everything will be themed around the environment, essentially, but Detroit specific and Michigan specific. And then culturally, we're going to tie in Detroit with the food, with the Pepsi Taste of Detroit, and bring in a lot of Detroit local restaurants that people love essentially coming down to. So,
is this the first time there'll be a charge to get in?
This will be the first year there's a charge, but again, we're trying to make this accessible to everybody, so there will be a free period every day. Because that is important to us. So if somebody wants to come by, just pick up a wristband, come back later in the afternoon. That's exactly, we're going to make it pretty flexible for folks to come in. But yes, a lot of it has to do with the fact that the Conservancy is a nonprofit organization, and you know, this is going to help us at least fund the event.
Can you go over a little bit of the entertainment here?
Yes, on Friday night we're going to have the Spin Doctors and Lone Star. Lone Star's a really big country band. On Saturday we're going to have Kim Horn, who's essentially a local R&B favorite, and then MC Hammer's going to headline the national stage. And then on Sunday, the Detroit Symphony Orchestra, which is obviously a great act to come into, will actually precede Blues Travelers, which is a great blues act that will be out on Sunday night.
Anything else you'd like to talk about the River Days?
Though the 5K is a big deal for us, we have the inaugural River Days run. Again, in keeping in line with what the Conservancy is about, which is just the quality of life, it's important for us to kind of demonstrate what the river provides to folks, even beyond River Days or any events that take place. People can come down here for a run, a walk, cycling, whatever the case may be. So that's a new piece that's really important to us this year.
Thank you very much, Faye. I really would like to say this. A lot of us probably don't appreciate this lady who was just speaking because her leadership has created this riverfront for all of us to enjoy. And I just want to say to her and her staff, thank you so much for the outstanding job that you do in representing our city in a very, very positive way. River Days. River Days is something that we can all be proud of, but what I think we need to do is to make sure that we get the word out, that we communicate to people here within the city and in all of southeastern Michigan that this is something that you just don't find in many cities. I've been to Baltimore and seen what they do. I've been to San Antonio to see what they do. I've been to New York, and I'll tell you, we don't have to take a back seat to any of them. So the planning and the support that you're giving is necessary, it's needed, but bring your families down, get the word out to people in the communities, get the word out to everybody that you've got a relationship with, and bring them down. I'm going to take a risk and say this. I know it's a little chilly out here today, but for those 3 days, we're going to try to guarantee sunshine and heat so we can all be nice and comfortable when you come back down. So I forward to it. I'm going to be here. I'm going to enjoy it, and hopefully all of us will do likewise. Thank you so very much for coming out.
What the mayor said, let's give her another hand tremendously, because it was with her help. I know General Motors and Matt and everybody else, but I'll tell you what, we look at what this is like now, go back a few years ago, and it was just somebody's dream, and they brought it to fruition. So it really is something that all of us can be very, very proud of. And these are days that are very, very special. Like the mayor said, it's unique onto Detroit. You know, when my daughter was growing up, and I've said this story, but it's worth repeating, that she had gone to Chicago and said, "Dad, why can't we have a riverfront like Chicago and look at it?" Well, today she comes down to these events and is able to take this in and realize that yes, we can compete now with other cities such as Chicago and San Antonio that utilize something that is very precious, which is our riverfront or waterway. That is something that is outstanding. All the new entertainment, all the new acts, and sitting on a border is very unique and something that we should take advantage of, and that's what we're doing with these 3 days, and accumulates obviously with the fireworks that are going to happen, which is always a lot of fun, and people coming down. So get the word out, bring your families, make sure that they're active here, and something to be very, very proud of, and one that they can engage in, and something that they can have a lot of fun. Thanks.
Food. We're thrilled to have a great variety of national music acts headlining on the festival's national stage. So, on Friday night, the Spin Doctors and Lone Star give us some rock and country. On Saturday night, Detroit's own Kimmy Horn takes the stage to entertain us with her classy blend of jazz, pop, and rhythm and blues before a 90s rap favorite gets the audience dancing. You'll have to find out a little bit later who that artist is. The world-renowned Detroit Symphony Orchestra will return for its 4th performance at the festival on Sunday evening, followed by the blues rock powerhouse Blues Traveler. A full lineup of local music acts for the Michigan Lottery stage and local states presenting the best in local rock, jazz, rhythm and blues, gospel, and country will be announced closer to the event. Bank of America, again, will also take to the stage with its special programming supporting its financial literacy initiatives. The Pepsi Taste of Detroit food court is growing fast with a number of local restaurants and favorites, all of which, again, are in your press packets. New this year, we have a lot of new cool stuff, but this is really big this year in that we're partnering with the Riverfront's neighborhood to the north, Detroit's own historic Eastern Market, to provide some heart-healthy fruits and vegetables to the food court. Harvested from a number of local farmers, the food will be perfect snack any time of day. And then, in addition, speaking of healthiness, healthy lifestyle, I'm very proud to announce that we are launching our first ever River Runs Run on the morning of June 19th. This is a 5K race and kids fun run will take place. Participants on a winding path from Rivard Plaza through the New Milligan State Park, along Atwater to Joe Louis and back to the plaza along the river. And again, the special thank you to the parade company who has provided tremendous support in helping us to develop this brand new race. So interested runners rather, can sign up today at DetroitRiverDays.com. This year's River Days wouldn't be the same, finally, without our canine friends. So I'm pleased to say we're bringing back again our annual Poochapalooza Pet Walk, a great way for dog owners and their best friends to enjoy our pet-friendly river walk. Our crowd favorite, the Ultimate Air Dogs, are also back. Former Detroit Tiger pitcher Milt Wilcox and his lively canines will again entertain us with the long-distance dock jumping and ultimate vertical jumps of these wonderful canines. So, before I sign off, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for your support. We are so pleased to be bringing back River Days again.